Well, I saw the teaser for The Penguin, the follow-up from The Batman. And at first glance, all of it looks really good. The mood and atmospherics of it overall are quite intriguing and compelling. And then, of course, not least of all is Colin Farrell being completely lost within the character due to this incredible makeup job. And he did well as the character in the film. So there's a lot of possibilities here. So right off the bat, you've got that going for it. You've got this set of the Penguin's ambition to become the ultimate crime boss of Gotham. He's going to have stiff competition. You'll meet those characters in there, and even from the teaser, I can see the different players that will come about in that, all based on, of course, the comic books. A lot of this was dealt with in the crime families of Gotham, so on and so forth. And all that would play out as they all claw for the throne of the underworld of Gotham City. And that's great stuff for a drama series to play out, and there's all sorts of opportunity for great storytelling there. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, because a lot of this, and of course, with any teaser or trailer or whatnot, that's the best you can hope for, is that it looks cool and stuff, and there's something that'll draw you in. I want to know what this is about, and that sort of thing. So just for me, it's achieved that. The problem being is that, hey, this reminds me of something else. Oh yeah, there were a lot of trailers and teasers and descriptions of the intent for the Batman, where you got Batman, but this time it's all about him being a detective at the heart of a murder mystery and that sort of thing. And oh yeah, that's the sort of thing that was long overdue, that you never really got in any of the previous Batman films. You would get elements of it here and there, but to be the main core of what Batman is doing as Batman, you didn't really get. And this was early on announced of what the plot would entail, and didn't really do a good job of that. And that aspect of it, I think, fell pretty flat in the movie. And in the end, most of it was mood and atmospherics. It's like all icing and no cake. And the worry is this would be a similar situation here, where it's well decorated and everything, but there's really not much else to this for the Penguin series. Hoping that's not true, because I see a lot of potential in this, and I'm hoping they can deliver. There's also the added burden upon the series, and I it's my speculation, but I think a lot's running on this, that this show has to do not just well, but really, really well. And that's a hard thing to do in any case, within the framework of streaming, in that being popular on your streaming service wouldn't necessarily mean it's successful. The real telltale sign is that you gained more subscribers because people wanted to check this out, because the buzz and what have you about a particular show is drawing them in. Of course, not aware completely of the absolute metrics of these shows and whatnot, but I take it that House of the Dragon did very well last time around. And so if Penguin can match something like that, then that's really good for Matt Reeves' Batverse. Now, there's been the disturbing delay for it, and there's all a buzz about that. And what does this mean? One of the other shows that he was developing ended up being taken out of the Batverse and put into the DCU, which was the Arkham Asylum show. which is interesting because in this teaser for Penguin, you do see Arkham Asylum and how it plays in. And of course, it's a Batman universe, so it's going to be there. But the other show will be centered around their new Batman that'll be coming along with the rest for the DCU, provided the Superman movie doesn't bomb. If that happens, maybe they'll just like, okay, we'll just stick with Matt Reeves and hope for the best. Because with the delay, they're coming close to the scenario that they're going to have two different Batmen in theaters. I would assume not at the same time, but still they're in competition with one another. And I mean, look, they're canceling the Superman and Lois show, which is really good, but not good enough to make it uncancelable, just on the idea that they don't want another Superman competing with their new Superman for the movies, even though even there it's two different mediums, television and movies. But nevertheless, that's what the decision was, because even even though the CW was sold and all that, but the guy said, we wanted to continue with that show. It does well for the numbers we get. And but he said, Warner Brothers, nah, we're done, we're moving on. And so that leaves, why would you do that? Well, they've got a new Superman coming, so you're going to have two Batman in this situation. And had the Matt Reeves Batman come out earlier, sooner now, that I could see some sense to that. And based on his performance, you might still have a problem down the road with two Batman, because now you're going to have the Batman 3, and that kind of thing. So it's a strange set of circumstances, and I suppose depending on scheduling and whatnot, but it would still be really tight and close. Especially since they seem to be of the opinion to avoid that kind of thing and not have multiple versions of the same character and that sort of thing. But so far, of course, it's official that it's full steam ahead for the Batman 2 eventually. But I just suspect if the Penguin is a big dud, that's really going to call that into question. That's just my assessment of this. So hopefully it does well. And after that, maybe there's some lessons within the show that can make a better Batman film. Because, again, if it's just a repeat of what happened the first time around, yeah, I'm not interested in that. So we'll see. Hopefully the Penguin does well. But again, of course, there's a bigger burden upon it, I suspect.